media cold. Dark skin, light skin, medium tones. Pumping braids got mini afros. Thick lips got hips, some of us don't. Big nose contours, some of us won't. Never wanna put us in the media, bro. Wanna like Kardashians. Wanna my auntie got a yo. We like the tell her reload it. I've got the camera, my girls are posing. I need some backup, then my ones are rolling. Grown women things, I'm never at risk. Mind my own business, I'm never in mess. Who am I ain't babe. Get a slice of the cake. Want a house with a view and a new pair of shoes. Keep it real from the jump. Gucci, little pump, little vibe, little bass, little kick, little snare, little lies, big truths. Do you? They don't care. Do you? They don't care. Get your at the box and build up from there. I don't have a with me, but I still walk with a clean. I rock Nikes cause we think they're clean. MJ leather jacket, beat it Billie Jean. MJ leather jacket cause I think I'm bad. That's cool, I like it. The growth, the light, the pain, the fight. We love, we fight, we hurt, we cry. He paid the price, you'll be alright. Give me some time away. I took a little time. I'll pray, we gon' be alright. Okay, alright. I think I need some time away. I took a little time. I'll pray, we gon' be alright. Okay, alright. Okay. So many verses. Type them or put them in cursive. Deep like I'm burying hearses. Preach like I'm doing up churches. They got Chanel bags and purses. And I got some mashed up vans that I won't throw away cause I'm needy and hurting. I keep it in cause I can. I seen it and I think it's in my genetics. So I'm indebted. Fall off is expected, wow. Gather your thoughts and collect them now. Penny for my thoughts, make a fortune, bow. How'd you keep rapping off beat, bro? How? Talking about you getting on the tracks since when? Everybody's here, we don't need more friends. Just do you ain't gotta pretend. Just do you ain't gotta pretend. He was doing school while they were doing ends. Now he's doing money and them men are doing pen. You know about 6 or 5 of the men. You know about half of the men follow trends. He said to me, they put in the streets. That's what they wanted for me. And I said, gee, someone can fix you a plate, but no one can force you to eat. Like when will he see himself as a king and not just a pawn in these streets? And when will we come together as a tribe and be what intended to be? I just wanna be free. Yeah. Away, I took a little time. I'll pray, we gon' be alright. Okay, alright. Okay, alright. Okay, alright. I think I need some time away. I took a little time. I'll pray, we gon' be alright. Okay, alright. Okay, alright. Okay, alright.
Introducing the Boston Celtics. At guard, 6'4", number 9, Derek White. At forward, 6'9", number 42, Al Horford. Center, number 44, Robert Williams. At guard, 6'6", number 7, Jaylen Brown. At forward, number 0, Jason.
NBA on 2K Sports. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. From the sideline, we'll have David Aldridge. We'll be hearing from him in just a moment. Let's take a look at our starter.
Set us up right quick. Try to get it in.
For Sacramento. Fox is out there with Harrison Barnes. And there's Rashawn Holmes. Then it's Sabonis. And it's Alcala in at the 3, the small forward. And for Boston, out on the wings, it's Brown and Tatum. The post tandem, it's Horford and Williams. And it's White in at point guard. Now we know the players enjoyed the rest they get during All-Star Weekend. But Greg, you think it should be moved till later in the season?
I like how the current format splits up the season, but it seems more fair to hold an All-Star towards the end of the season so that voters get a more complete look at each player.
Now Fox, following Al Horford's three-point attempt. Brown against Barnes. Now here's Brown. He's covered closely, and that one drops.
And Brown is just a physical beast, especially inside where he gets whatever he wants.
It doesn't go for him. Good tee by Williams. On offense, here are the Celtics. Tatum, that's for 2.
Wow.
Here's Brown. And it's Sacramento with the rebound.
Just a bit of a rut here early, just 1 of 4 so far.
Nobody near Barnes. Good, and it's Sabonis with the assist that time.
And such a strong part of what Sabonis brings to the game. Quality passing.
Horford the pass to White. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to go on Rashawn Holmes.
Good job to take it right at the
It's his first trip to the line. And both free throws good for White.
At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
Well, after their offense stalled in the finals, the Celtics getting some veteran help. Gallinari and Brogdon both bring shooting, and Brogdon's another playmaker on the floor.
Now here's Barnes. 23 points his last outing, and Derek White picks up the foul.
First team foul.
That is his first foul of the game. A little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. Pass to Sabonis.
In the right position, that's just a smart defensive play from Al Horford.
Sabonis, no good. Out to White. Nice ball movement by Boston. And here's Brown outside. The Celtics keep it going. A new 14-second shot clock.
That is a product of pure effort, guys.
I agree, and that's nothing new coming from him, GA. He loves going to work on the rebounding, going to work on the board.
Stick with fundamentals there. Shot goes up, box out, or he'll destroy you.
Out of bounds, Boston takes possession. And let's check out a breakdown looking at some of the stats for Jaylen Brown.
And he's gone dry over the past 10 games, guys. His scoring is way down, and he can't seem to fight his way out of the slump. He better get it going tonight, or they'll start losing patience with him.
Or even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. That's a bad miscue, and you can't give up looks like that all game long.
Now, here's Fox. Great numbers on a nightly basis as he averages over 24 points a game. Here's Okpala, and stolen by Horford. White with it, now guarded by Fox. And here's Tatum for 3. They get it back. Oh, and the jam by Williams.
They are trying to keep Williams off the boards. He makes it a mission to keep possessions alive.
Pass to Holmes, and stolen by Williams. Down low. He had 27 points last game. And a slam by Williams.
You know, something that Williams does so well as soon as he has inside position, he just goes for the finish.
Down low. Barnes on him. No coverage that time.
And loving the hustle here early. I mean, they struck first on the offensive glass. And Jaylen Brown is such a force on the offensive end. Hard to keep that guy out of the paint. Terrific finisher at the rim.
And White with the stuff.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Like tonight, that all the hustle plays have meant so much to this team. Now just sustain some of that energy and keep comfortable.
Here's Fox following the bucket by the Celtics. And here comes White, leading the fast break, and slam dunk by Tatum.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. You know who that was.
And maybe the only weakness for Brown is his handle on the ball.
And it's something that he's worked on every offseason. Still, though, susceptible to turnovers while dribbling. That's one of the very few weaknesses in his game. I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for the Celtics.
They're really mucking things up for the opposition, racking up steal after steal, just not letting them develop any kind of offensive rhythm.
But we should also mention how hard they've been working on the offensive glass, just coming up with second chance scoring opportunities. Those can be deflating.
Kicks it out to Mitchell. Now the pass to Herter. Good, and it's Barnes picking up the assist.
Shot preparation is fantastic as Herter's able to get his feet set that time.
The three from Barnes. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Brown. And here's Mitchell from the arc. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
You got to keep the ball moving, and that time Herter's pass leads to an open look.
And here is Brogdon. Last game he had 12. Up again, and Williams is right there. Williams has got 8 points.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Here's Mitchell. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Mitchell passes to Len. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
Pretty good concentration there. The more touches Len is getting on the inside, it seems like the confidence is growing.
Here's Brogdon, and he converts the layup.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
Yeah, you wondered if they would take some time to find their A game. They did it at jump ball. They've been awesome.
And so it's the Boston Celtics. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. Right back after this break. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a very convincing performance from the Celtics so far.
Well, credit their anticipation skills on the defensive end. They forced a number of turnovers.
Just playing some real gritty defense right now, just getting up in bodies and forcing a lot of turnovers.
Tatum and Williams up in the forward spots. Then there's Malcolm Brogdon, and it's Griffin, and it's Pritchard in at the 1 spot. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics. Here's Pritchard. Second chance shot. And another shot. He lays it in. Pritchard's got his first 2 points.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Now, Marcus Smart is not shy with his philosophy. He says it takes little talent to play defense, but a whole lot of want to. Get every 50-50 ball, take charges, be a great teammate, compete, never be okay with losing. Kevin, he has always walked the walk, too.
He has. Defensive Player of the Year. He's a terrific player. No question about it. David, thank you. Down low. Kicks it out to Mitchell. Back to Murray. And it's Murray with the jam.
And how about the offensive rebound with a little extra punch on the putback?
You're right, Greg. As they look to trim the deficit, could we see them send a few more bodies to the boards from here on out? Maybe, just maybe. Brent, did you have any superstitions when you played in the NBA?
Not so much, Kevin. I really had more routine, and if I got off my routine, I might be a little bit, nervous, but nothing superstitious and I can recall.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Al Horford is checked in for Grant Williams, and Derek White subbed in for Malcolm Brogdon. That one's in there. The Boston lead is cut to just 11 points in the basket from Sabonis. Tatum wide open. He fires one. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Tatum. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Jason Tatum.
And his scoring numbers have been going in the right direction these past few years. He's gotten better and better at handling what those opposing defenses are throwing his way and finding ways to get his points all over the floor.
It's so hard not to foul Fox. Sometimes that burst of speed, you can't react in time. You got to get physical and foul.
Boston making a switch here. Brown's checked in. So the Celtics call timeout. Their first last game matchup with the Suns. A tough loss there.
Yeah, you can see they were pressing in that one, and the shooting percentages dipped because of it.
Yeah, I'll say anytime you're having trouble getting over that 40% field goal mark, it's probably not going to be your night.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. And Brent, nowadays, there are so many options for the great high school basketball player in this country and overseas. Do you see the G League Ignite and similar ways as a positive overall?
Well, I think right now you'd have to say that the G League Ignite has been a successful experiment, and that run is going to continue. You get guys like Jalen Green, who was drafted by the Houston Rockets and came in, had a sensational rookie season. That pathway has led him there, so I think they're doing a good job. The interesting thing, Kevin, to talk about is what colleges have done in response to that and what's going on in the NIL space. How does that change the dynamic in the future?
Monk dishes to Fox. Passes it to Lyles. Back to Fox. Kept alive by Sacramento. Here's Sabonis. Another shot. Rebound Boston. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Last time they met was right here, and they came out with the win.
And they cruised to a big win in their last meeting, getting that opposing starting lineup out of the game early with foul trouble.
Let's see if they bring that same attacking mindset with them into this game. They should. It worked like a charm last time, getting so many guys in foul trouble.
Boston making a switch here. Hauser's checked in. The Kings also at the sub. Ben's checked in.
And you know, Jason Tatum is one of those guys who can really do it all. He's got a versatile skill set that makes him a constant threat on both ends of the floor.
And up the court come the Celtics on the break. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And the skills of Brown, not just a super athlete, but a tremendous floor general as well.
Pass to Monk. Kings moving the ball around. Sabonis. And slam dunk by Sabonis.
And Sabonis getting his entire body up that time for the jam.
The deep three from Tatum. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Tatum's got 12 now in this quarter. Fox passes to Sabonis.
Boston foul.
Deshaun Holmes, he's checked in for Sacramento. Harrison Barnes comes in from Malik Monk.
Into the game.
There's a minute 40 left in the first half of the game. Here's Holmes. Jaylen Brown with the rebound.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
The three from Tatum. And And again, Paxton with the triple.
Well, the game's 4 quarters, and after a tough first half, he's found his rhythm in the second.
Kicks to Fox. To the middle. Pass to Apollo. Here's Holmes. Len. Rebounded by Hauser. Celtics leading by 20. Here's Taylor.
Bust it down. I'm counting that one. Damn, I want to try these niggas again. You gotta send let me see it send all the time, now I see the bigger picture. I can't be bitter and bitter though. Got a plan way bigger than that, cause we never really was rich, bro. We had to spend every dollar we had. I ain't never going back. Do or die, no cap. I never slack. I be tired all the time. Bags under my eyes till I get the cash. I ain't never going back. Do or die, no cap. I never slack. I be tired all the time. Bags under my eyes till I get the cash. If you was getting the Spurs, I was going to get them. This was good bad. Hey. I'm on a mission, I gotta get that back. And I know they said that it wouldn't be jacked. That's the team we need to get. Cause I'm ready to attack. Cause I can't stand half these cats. Grind all week and I hardly sleep. Forget cat and sheep. I wanna count this cash. Can't quit now, can't look back. Stay on the mission until I get that back. Facts. Alright, I'm done with you. Take what I want, not gonna stop for no one, not one. Get lost if you try and drag me down. Yeah, brother, look at me now. GM in the ECB now. We're being E now. Looking for the come and see now. On the ball, looking for a rebound. I'm back with a little bit more than I had before. I spit on the mic and let me see. Go Birds. We keep it raw. Like a baker. I was never want to listen to a hater, but you can bet when the pay comes. I'ma split that with my day ones. You know down my fake ones. JK running up to the day's done. You bet. I run with a team of vets. Cook the beat with a steam and veg. Gotta make sure the whole team fed. No sleep for the week, gotta rest. You know what they said? Like ain't no way he back. Guess again, you best pretend to play.
Is there anybody that you're
call him out. Tell him you on. Oh. About to cut that shit off.
Welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The Pelicans know their fans will be fired up for tonight's action. Before we get going,
Anthony Edwards is on the rise. Karl Anthony Towns said, quote, he already has the talent. We all knew that when we drafted him, but he just won.
Oh, tremendous, Allie. Thank you. And to look at Minnesota's opening lineup, the backcourt, it's Russell and Edwards. Kyle Anderson is out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's McDaniels in at the small forward position. And for the Pelicans, McCollum and Jones, the tandem in the backcourt. Then it's Brandon Ingram. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. And it's Murphy in at the power forward. And with the trade deadline behind us, we have a sense now of the teams poised to make a move after the All-Star break, Grant.
Always an interesting time of the season. Teams are jockeying for playoff position, seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. And, of course, some GMs stuck their necks out at the deadline. Now we get to see if any of those big moves pay off.
The three from Russell. Jones grabs the board. Here's New Orleans now. Coming into this, having notched a win against the Lakers in their last game.
And you'd have to think that luck played a part in that one. I mean, the opponent had an off night at the defensive end for sure.
Well, I think it was a combination of things, quite honestly, but the defense didn't really offer them a challenge all night. I agree with that.
Now here's Ingram. A 35-point game for him in the win against the Lakers. Oh, good D by Edwards. Minnesota has gone 0 for 2 from outside. Russell, the pass to Anderson. Back to Russell. Edwards for three. That shot missing.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
You know, Ingram is quiet about the work he puts in after practice and before games. This is a guy who just never stops trying to improve, though, and that's shown up in how he's grown as a player.
Both free throws good from Ingram. Well, the Timberwolves struck gold by getting the #1 pick in the 2015 and 2020 NBA drafts.
You were so right, B.A. Selecting Karl Anthony Towns and Anthony Edwards, respectively. Two important players that have already had a tremendous impact on this team.
It's time to take a glance again at that superb block.
And that kind of rejection early on energizes your squad. The coaching staff just loves this kind of hustle.
For three, McCollum. And the Pelicans miss again.
1 for 5 out there, but no worries. Just keep attacking.
Here's McDaniels. The kick out to Edwards. From deep. Out of bounds. New Orleans will have it. The Pelicans have gone 1 of 5 to start things off. McCollum with it. Now guarded by McDaniels. And it's Ingram with the basket on the assist by McCollum.
Well, you know, Ingram's length is really an asset inside. It allows him to work over and around defenders.
Count it.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
And he gets it to go.
He does not lack for confidence. He shouldn't. I mean, this guy's a dangerous scorer.
Here's Anderson. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Outside Ingram. Out to McCollum. He shoots. Off target from the wing.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
Pass to Ingram. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they will count the bucket.
Yeah, he was just a skosh late on the contest. That's going to be a goaltend for sure.
The Timberwolves trail. Now Russell. And he's been a big part of their offense, averaging more than 18 points a game. Oh, and Gobert powers it home.
Boy, the former second overall pick has really worked on his passing. That was an outstanding find by Russell.
He's been off this whole period, unable to sustain any kind of consistency.
Outside Edwards. Just 5 to shoot. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jonas Valanciunas. That's his first foul. New Orleans making some changes. Nance comes in for Murphy, and it's Marshall in for Ingram. The Timberwolves also with a sub. Noel, he's checked in for Russell. Now here's Jones. Boy, he's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Stolen by Valanciunas. Pass to Jones from about 16, and it's Gobert with a rebound. The Timberwolves shooting just 22% in the early stages of this one. Edwards. Here's Noel. To the inside. Anderson hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
For three, McCollum. The rebound by the Timberwolves. Gobert's got his 4th rebound in this one.
I'll tell you what, we know he's been struggling tonight, but his teammates have pitched in big time.
It's blocked by Gobert.
A rangy defender with great defensive timing. I mean, why do you think they call Gobert the Stifle Tower?
And that one's long.
You kind of wonder where his head's at. The shot selection hasn't been there, and of course that one was just crazy.
Well, a big trade over the summer, bringing Rudy Gobert to the Wolves.
And it's a bit of a fresh start for Gobert, a main star of this team that is loaded with talent, but needed that defensive angle. Defense dodged a bullet that time. Total breakdown.
Inside, shot to end the cold streak. Valanciunas can't get it to go.
A rare miss for him at point-blank range. That's one he'd like to have back.
Noel, no good. New Orleans in the lead. Valanciunas passes to McCollum. looking to end this cold spell. And the layup is up and in.
What a tricky shot. CJ, he's showing off now.
And here's Edwards outside. McDaniels passes to Edwards. Puts up a three. That shot, no good. And it's New Orleans taking it the other way. 8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Marshall. And he lays it up and in.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
Here's Anderson. And finished off by Anderson.
Hey, kept it simple. No reason to get fancy right now, B.A.
Yeah, he's just looking to find shots and produce for his team.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
Slams it down with two hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
Ooh, anticipated the pass. It's a turnover. Anderson for three. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. Pelicans ahead, up 8. And the second quarter about to get started.
You're gonna whoop my ass. You're gonna whoop my ass.
Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Pelicans?
I really like how they're knifing inside with confidence, exploiting any openings they see in the defense, taking advantage.
Another area they've excelled in is the points in the paint. They've been able to gouge the interior defense so far in this one.
On the court for the Timberwolves, second quarter underway. Rudy Gobert is out there with Naz Reid. Then there's Austin Rivers. Then it's D'Angelo Russell. And it's Prince in at the three. On target from range.
You know, Ingram is somebody you have to watch closely on the perimeter because he's improved his outside shot so much since coming into the league.
Prince with the bucket.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets three, you fire three of your own. Boom.
And as it goes out of bounds, New Orleans will keep possession.
Great read to get a hand in there and disrupt the play.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
The shot by Ingram, no good.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Right side, Russell.
Pelicans foul. Jose Alvarado.
And the Pelicans call time here. Last time they faced off, it was right here at home where they couldn't get it done.
And the win was there for them, but they just let it get away. Just couldn't make enough plays late.
And, you know, those are the kind of games that sting and that bad taste lingers. Knowing you were in it, but not coming through down the stretch, those are hard to get over sometimes.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute of play. Back to Russell. Pass to Rivers. Shot clock at 6. Deflected. Here's Alvarado. Guarded by Russell. Now Ingram. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Ingram's got 5 points in the quarter for Minnesota. They've got 2 of 3 shots to go in the second. Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one. You know, in baseball, Grant, they have a term, a 5-tool player. In the NBA these days, it's similar. You need those well-rounded players to succeed.
I like the baseball reference, but you're spot on, B.A. It's all about bringing versatility to the game. Players that can shoot, pass, dribble, defend, and rebound. And I'll throw it even in there, lead and play selfless basketball. Those kind of guys that can do it all, that's a recipe for success in the NBA.
And that one's good. Ingram's got 13.
Very consistent tonight at the offensive end. Right there, he helps fuel the fire.
Pass to Rivers. Back to Reed. To the middle. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And he brings this game a little closer using a huge one-hand slam.
That's a great way to get your team back into it.
That might indeed ignite a spark in this team.
The shot by Ingram, no good. Minnesota has gone 2 for 2 from the arc here in the second. Here's Rivers. That falls. Nice assist by Russell. And now just a 3-point Pelican lead.
They didn't do themselves any favors with their shooting in the first quarter, but they're starting to pick it up now.
Sometimes, for whatever reason, a lot of times you don't know why. It takes a little while to work the knots out, but it looks like they're putting it together right now.
High post read. Good on the shot.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Here's Alvarado. Outside for Ingram. Here's Murphy. The rebound by the Timberwolves. Minnesota with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run. And stolen by Graham. Down low. Here's Ingram. He's got it. 6 of 10 now.
Seems like he can't miss right now, guys. I mean, completely in the zone this quarter.
To the left wing. Soft touch off the glass.
And another great assist. The offense is really clicking now.
You know, the defense has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
What he might lack in height at the 4 spot, he makes up for it with his burst.
You know, when D'Angelo Russell came into the league, he was really primarily seen as a point guard, and that's what I like most about him, his vision and his passing ability, but he's actually changed that image and impression over time.
Nance, he's checked in for the Pelicans. Marshall comes in for Murphy. Anthony Edwards is checked in for Minnesota. Noel comes in for Russell. And the ball out of play. The Pelicans will have it. Some changes for New Orleans. Valanciunas, he's checked in for Ingram. Jones comes in for Graham. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Alvarado. Anderson's checked in for Minnesota. McDaniels comes in for Rivers. The evolution of D'Lo has been interesting to watch, Clark. I like how he's been willing to play whatever position asked of him.
Yeah, I like that too. And he said it before himself that he prefers playing shooting guard. But I tell you what, he also looks very comfortable running the offense too.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Gobert's checked in, and so he makes both from the line. And there's 1:38 left to play in the first half of basketball. On the wing, Jones. And stolen by Edwards. All alone on the break. Up the floor. Back to Gobert. Pass to Noel. Now Anderson. He's guarded by Nance. Now here's Gobert. Stolen by Jones. And here's Valanciunas. A steady force on their offense. Recording around 14.5 a game. McCollum finds Jones. And here's Valanciunas. Offensive board. Nance, the pass to Valanciunas. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Boy, Valanciunas, a mountain of a man, a solid big guy who scores well and provides a lot of length and muscle inside.
And Valanciunas drops them both.
Well, he's certainly been on target with the free throws. Such an advantage when your bigs can knock them down from the line.
And the shot's good.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Jones against Edwards. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
3-second violation. Minnesota ball.
For Minnesota, they've gone 8 for 9 here in the second. There's 38 seconds left in the second.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute them because his shot making is not happening right now.
From the inbound. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Yeah, and you know, when Edwards is aggressive, I think it forces defenders to try to get physical back, and when he's close to the rim, he usually is able to draw the foul as a result.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. 29 seconds left in the first half. Outside Jones. He shoots again, tries again, and that's 2 points on the layup. Jones has got 4 points this quarter.
Second chance points are always painful. Have to make the effort to box out.
Hey, guys standing around spectating, I mean, you got to get in there and get tough.
And it's the Pelicans on the break. Here's Valanciunas. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen. A big-time effort for Brandon Ingram, providing a lot of energy.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
The Timberwolves.
Greetings to each and every. After the first 2 quarters of play, it's New Orleans in control. They have a narrow lead.
Oh, I'm shooting bad.
And that's going to do it for...
I'm shooting bad.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. Boy, this has been one outstanding game from Brandon Ingram.
Yeah, tonight he's done a great job of slashing through the lane and finishing.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up, be physical with him.
Jones and Ingram run the wings. Then there's C.J. McCollum. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. And it's Murphy in at the 4. That's the group for Willie Green getting going here in the second half.
A late bloomer. C.J. McCollum's career has been fun to watch unfold, and I'm sure inspired lots of hoopers out there.
Outside Edwards. Over Jones. Here's Russell. McCollum pulls it in. New Orleans in the lead. Pass to Murphy. Now here's Ingram. McDaniels covering. Ingram against McDaniels. And a slam dunk by Ingram.
You know, he's a good ball handler. Brandon Ingram, he can kind of pick his way through most any defense because of it.
McCollum with a steal. And it's the Pelicans on the break. This one for 3. Sinks it from distance. And it's a 10-point New Orleans lead.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
If it's working, keep working. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on them.
They've been unable to hit anything this half. 3 attempts and 3 misses.
And it's out of bounds.
You knew what it was.
They say it was last touched
You knew
by
what it
Ingram.
was.
Boy, that's a moment he'd like to archive. Embarrassing lapse of judgment there.
The Timberwolves have gone 0 for 3 to start the second half. Gobert. Oh, and Gobert powers it home.
And this is why Gobert shoots a high percentage, because he looks to finish with strength inside.
Jones, the pass to Ingram. And they call over the back here. Too much contact.
Well, you always want to play aggressive on the boards, but he was a little too aggressive that time.
Yeah, it appeared to me as he was trying to get a piggyback ride, man. That's an easy call to make and gonna be called every time.
Alvarado's checked in for Jones. Reed's checked in for the Timberwolves. Rivers comes in for Anthony Edwards.
Guys, that was really nice work mixing in this shot. When Russell is squared up and shooting with confidence, which is most of the time, he can bury it.
Here's Ingram. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a 3-point play. Hayes is checked in for New Orleans. The Timberwolves also with a sub. Prince is checked in. Into the third. 2 minutes in now. Here's Russell. Pass to Reed. Back to Russell. Lets it go from the wing. No luck on that one. And it's the Pelicans taking it the other way. And after this one, they're at home against Sacramento. And they'll be right in the middle of a 5-game homestand. The steal.
Wow.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by in the second half. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on C.J. McCollum. That's his first foul of the game. Graham's checked in for C.J. McCollum. New Orleans calls timeout. Pelicans on D. They've got a 9-point lead. Here's Rivers to the right side. Pass to Prince. Here's the 3. Another miss by Minnesota. For New Orleans, they've gotten 3 or 4 shots to fall so far in the third. Stolen. Ooh, poked away. Here's Ingram. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
Got the ball where he wanted it, but then got swarmed.
Rivers' shot is off. New New Orleans has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime.
You know, a smart, savvy, talented vet like Austin Rivers is a real get for any team. I mean, he knows how to make the most of his minutes. He accepts and understands his role, and he really just focuses on delivering for his team.
And the first one at the line is good.
And man, looking good from the line so far this half.
100% since halftime. Come on now. I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon with that kind of marksmanship.
Nance, he's checked in for the Pelicans. Marshall comes in for Ingram. Noel, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Where do you think Austin Rivers developed that selflessness, Clark?
Well, I think it starts with the DNA. I mean, his dad, Doc Rivers, was a selfless, outstanding player and one of the outstanding coaches in the game today, so that's part of it. But he's also had experience playing on different teams, sitting on different benches. I think you get to realize what your strengths and weaknesses are and how you can add value to a team.
The officials were right on top of that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without foul.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Valanciunas is checked in.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
And what I like about it, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
Both shots good from the stripe. Minnesota's gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. It's McDaniels on the wing. Here's Prince. And he throws it down with one hand.
Prince, a really solid athlete, throwing it down nicely there.
To the paint.
The ball just lagging.
Here's Alvarado. And they're running. Here's Prince. Back to Rivers. To the inside. Here's Reed. Puts the move on. A slam dunk by Reed.
And this guy, to me, embodies determination. Small at his position, but he still gets up and keeps plays alive. That's mind over matter for sure.
And they get it back. And for Minnesota, they're shooting 44%, a pretty decent clip. It's stolen by Nance. Got a piece of it. And an important part of every team's game. Well, look at the hustle stats for the Pelicans.
Really a great job in this one, forcing the issue defensively. Great quickness and discipline combined, making ball handlers very uncomfortable.
Yeah, all throughout the game, the opposition hasn't been able to keep them off the glass, and they're paying for it, giving up second chance points.
Jones, he's checked in for New Orleans. Gobert's checked in for Minnesota. Anthony Edwards comes in for McDaniels. And here's Edwards outside. Here's Reed. A slam dunk by Reed.
And he brings this game a little closer using a huge one-hand slam.
That's a great way to get your team back into it.
That might indeed ignite a spark in this team.
They grab their own miss. Here's Valanciunas. Tries yet again. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. Rudy Gobert picks one up.
Confronting a shooter of JV stature is never easy, and he can make them pay for that mistake at the line.
McCollum, he's checked in for New Orleans. And the Timberwolves also making a change. Anderson's checked in. McCollum with a steal. 5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock.
Defensively, McCollum wins with anticipation. He just reads the floor so well.
Stolen by Jones. McCollum outside. Ooh, plenty of...
Yeah, you can come back. You know you gonna whoop my ass though, cause I don't know how to play. Don't you? If it's the same thing, why you up here getting your ass whipped? Man, we've been playing on this for a minute now. You got a new excuse. Now, I ain't doing no tripping. You can go get it. I know you're gonna win, but I'ma still play you because you've been playing it. You've been playing it. And y'all done played over 20 games against each other. Come on, man. I never played not one. You playing against, listen. No, you just got it. I never played 2K23 on your system. I never played 23 on your system. I ain't scared. I told you go get it. I told you go get it. It can't count that quick, dog. Yeah, do something like that. You know what I'm saying? Cause ain't no way you just gonna come in here in full-fledged with the what you call it. Who you gonna get, man? I just won with the fucking Pelicans. The Pelicans is cop now? Man, I wish this shit. Hold on, I think I can still do it. Oh, you gonna get them? Gonna get the Knicks on them. I'm finding the more I grow, the more y'all seem to stay the same. Don't even know the rules, but yet y'all trying to play the game. And ain't it shameful how you blame for giving birth to a baby that took two to make. Coward, you a fake. How you gonna look in your son's face and turn your back? Then gon' start another family, dog. What type of is that? She said it's okay. Rub my head and told me to relax. Like she was recording.
One final question.
No, where is that? Where is that? No, how many I got you up? Turn off the lights. Now everything just seems so right. How you make the darkness seem so bright. Feeling like I've been at what, 7 before you got here? Now everything just seems so right. How you make the darkness seem so bright. I'm feeling like things gon' be alright. Lights, please. Lights, please. Lights, please. Lights, please. Turn off the lights. Lights, please.
Hey, I really love my dog. She don't take me for granted. I really spent $500,000 on the house for granted. I'm really out here dancing. I'm really not romantic. I really got that pad. Hey, I really know it's that. I really ran and got it out the mud. I seen turn. Now all the way on the west side with my chain out. I done seen some of the best. Keep my head up. I done seen some of the best. Seen I made mama throw a fish fry. You can get your will wash if you donate them $1 or $2. We could never be one cool. That'll be hard for us to do. I don't cut the. I'm just in it for one thing. A lot of me don't care the truth. T-Rex my won't you just be my. I've been through so much before, so it'd be hard to show emotion. I gotta close my eyes to see my thoughts now. Walked in there with all my chains, and that's how I'm gonna walk out. You know we do not be faint.
You gotta go.
Get walk.
Man,
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
New York City, the destination for the Raptors. One of the most improved players we've ever seen, Fred VanVleet, looking to lead his team on both ends. Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports. DA, take it away.
Well, thank you very much. Now, the 90s NBA was physical, and no team embodied that more than the Knicks. When the league cracked down with rule changes in 1997, it was seen as a direct response to New York. Then Nick Doc Rivers said, those were anti-Nick rules, obviously aimed at us because we did those things so much.
All right, David, thank you. Here are the 5 for the Raptors. VanVleet in the backcourt. Trent Jr. to his side. Underneath in the post, it's Siakam and Achua. And it's Barnes in at the 3 slot. And for the Knicks, The forward spots will be Barrett and Randall. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Grimes in at the 2-guard. And now, Greg, that we're into the meat of the season, are you seeing any emerging trends out there?
For a few years, the trend had been guys shooting from farther and farther out. But, Kevin, I think we're seeing a return of the big man, a more concerted effort to attack the interior.
That shot misses. So New York will take it the other way. Last game matched up with the Clippers. A tough loss there.
Really a disappointing effort. That game could have and should have been closer than it was.
You know, sometimes you don't play up to your full potential. The important thing to figure out is what went wrong.
That free throw, no good.
And growing up around basketball, R.J. Barrett's dad played a bunch of places. R.J. spending a lot of his childhood in France.
Siakam passes to Achua. It's rebounded by New York. About a minute played so far here in the first. Randall down low, covered by Siakam. Here's Barrett. That falls. Nice speed that time from Brunson. Greg, you know this. One of R.J. Barrett's dad's best friends, former MVP Steve Nash.
Yeah, and Nash is R.J.'s godfather, no less. So Barrett's had a chance to kind of soak in the game his entire life, and you can see that in his intelligent play on the floor.
It could be a little disheartening when you do everything right and come away with nothing. Explosive leaping ability allows him to play the 5, even though he's a little undersized.
Here's Brunson. Oh, good on the triple.
He's kind of lost his way this period, having a hard time getting anything to go down.
Here's Achua. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Elevating his playmaking over time, Siakam recognizes when his teammates have clean looks.
Brunson scanning the floor. He kicks to Barrett. Shot clock at 6. A three-pointer, no good. Toronto, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Here's Siakam. And Siakam throws it down.
Gary Trent Jr., his teammate, was so open, he could have passed it with his eyes closed.
Got a hand on it. 14 feet away. Siakam finds Trent. They get it back. Kicks it out to Van Vliet. Traps in the tray. Van Vliet's got 5 now.
Comfortable in catch-and-shoot situations. Fred does a lot of things for this team.
And Fred Van Vliet is going to pick up a foul. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
First quarter of play. We're about 3 minutes in. Brunson with it. And now by Barnes. Barrett the pass to Sims. Here's Brunson. Will it go?
Looking at the Raptors roster.
And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes. And the announcement on the review. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make the review.
Quickly the pass to Hartenstein. To the paint, Toppin kicks to Quickly. It's deflected, and he's able to get it back. Shot clock at 5. Swings it from 9 feet away.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on an offensive glass?
13-5. 2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Second chance effort. It's rebounded by Hartenstein.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
And Toppin throws it down.
Doing his job on the glass and doing it with force.
And Greg, it's not everybody in the league who can make those kinds of plays.
You know, this is one of his specialties, keeping plays alive, creating second chance opportunities.
Hartenstein passes to Grimes. From deep. No good. Shot missing. Toronto leading by 8. Toronto working the ball around now. Van Vliet outside. Pass to Hernan Gomez. Back to Van Vliet.
New York foul.
Derrick Rose is checked in for New York.
First personal foul. First team foul.
59 seconds left here in the first quarter. Shots good by Benton.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Rose kicks to quickly. Rose surveying the D. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
First personal foul.
And Greg, starting your career with the Knicks, what's the pressure like playing in New York City?
I tell you, the amount of media following you, the size of the city, it can be intimidating. But if you win, man, there's nothing like playing in New York.
Fournier is checked in for quickly. And Toronto also making a switch. Boucher is checked in. Hernan Gomez passes to Banton. Looking for Young. He gets it there. And again, Toronto with the triple.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up. A little more sense of urgency.
Left side Rose. Here's Toppin. Here's Hartenstein. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively.
You gotta buckle up on that. The big fella, Boucher, getting a little fancy with it.
And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
They established the pace. They made shots. This is why they're way out in front.
And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. Raptors lead by 13.
24.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And for the Raptors, this has been the game they wanted to have.
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Especially at the start. You want to get something positive going and establish your rhythm.
Setting the floor for the Raptors. The forwards are Barnes and Siakam. Then there's Achua. Then it's Gary Trent. And it's Banton in at the point. Fred Van Vliet is checked in for the Raptors.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
His rhythm, it's been way off. The goal now might be to get him something easy at the rim so he can just see the ball go in through the net, and that helps.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get
that
a
was
report
travel.
from
That
David
nigga dribbled again.
Thanks, guys. A busy few years for Nick Nurse. In 2019, he helped lead the Raptors to the title, and he was the 2020 Coach of the Year. He says, it means a lot to me that this city and this country loves this team so much. We can go out there and give them something to be proud of. Of course, Kevin, he's been a key part of that success. Back to you.
Maybe the single most important part of their success, D.A. Thank you so much. Here's Banton from outside off the mark.
It's so hard to keep the defense honest when you miss wide open looks like that.
The shot's good from Fournier.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
And Siakam throws it down.
24.
Beautiful reverse jam right there.
Use the rim to protect the ball, I think.
And you watch the way that Siakam plays. It can get you in the open court or in half-court sets. Great forward who gives you a little bit of everything. Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Achua, the pass to Barnes. Basket good. And the Raptors lead by 12. And for Siakam, great. He almost epitomizes the modern forward.
And that's not to say he's the best forward, but he displays all the skills you now expect from that position. Solid player who any team would love to have.
Showing not just the dominance, but the creativity. Randall with the highlight reel play.
Van Vliet with the bucket.
Defensively, you have to tighten up on him or suffer the consequences.
Randall down low. Siakam's there.
If you let Julius Randle get to the rim, this is what you can expect.
31.
Siakam wide open. The offensive rebound. Raptors moving the ball around. Passes it to Banton. 6 on the shot clock. Tries again. Here's Siakam. Nice move. That shot missing. The Knicks go the other way with it. Last time they came together was in Toronto, where they fell to the Raptors.
Yeah, and they got beat last time these two teams met, and really free throws were the story.
It's tipped. Stolen by Brunson.
23.
From deep three-point range. Barrett, no good.
They keep calling his number, which is partly how they've dug this hole.
Van Vliet passes to Siakam. And finished off by Siakam.
As a distributor, Fred Van Vliet is so effective. He knows when and where to feed his guys.
Here's Sims. Feeds it to Randall. Good D by Siakam.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
To the inside. It's rebounded by New York.
The Raptors are only a few years removed from its championship in 2019. Boy, a lot has changed since then.
The shot's good from Brunson.
Coming off a scoreless first quarter, he's found a little rhythm here.
Stolen by Brunson. There at the pass to Sims. And stolen by Achua. Van Vliet with it. He's got 8.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Pass to Achua. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on R.J. Barrett. A lot of change. Toronto is without some of the key pieces from that title team, and it wasn't that long ago. But, Greg, they haven't had to go through a full rebuild. There are some remaining parts.
Listen, the talent they have is still undeniable. They've got a good mix of young, up-and-comers and players in the prime of their career.
So New York ends up going with the new group.
And just trying to get some traction offensively. Boy, it hasn't been pretty.
You know, this is a good time to maybe switch up your strategy a little bit. You can't keep doing what you're doing and expect a different result.
And it's been a rough stretch for the New York Knicks, a team that has only had a handful of playoff appearances in the last 20 years.
A wide open shot from Hernan Gomez. And again, no good by Toronto. Knicks trail by 9. Here's Quickly. Got a piece of it. They retain possession. Toppin finds Quickly. Here's Hartenstein. Here's Toppin. And they have their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty. And so Van Vliet will bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. The Knicks are trying to get back to being competitive, GA, but it has been difficult, hasn't it?
They haven't been able to attract top-level talent for quite some time, which is surprising when you consider this big market and the status this franchise has within the city.
And Toronto making a change here. Boucher is checked in. Oh, that's blocked. That's going to be out of bounds. The Knicks will retain possession.
No way he was supposed to catch him.
And Gary Trent gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
59 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Blocked again.
Boucher loves coming up with blocks, and his presence, it was felt on that play.
Inside. Hartenstein passes to Toppin. Van Vliet against Rose. From the arc. And that's good. Fred Van Vliet for three. Van Vliet's got 6 points in the quarter.
Gradually starting to put pressure on this defense. That's the second from downtown this quarter. 3 for the game.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock, and the foul on Rose. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. Toronto shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season. As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
The Knicks shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
To the paint. Nifty move. And Van Vliet lays it in. Van Vliet's got 13.
Continuing to stoke the fire, his shot making has been absolutely superb.
They grab their own miss. Toppin can't get it to go. Trent outside. 1 second left. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater.
I'm gonna let you have this one. These Knicks ain't it.
My life is sweet like a chocolate. I do not
put them operas.
Think I might start a monopoly. Ooh, think I might buy me an Ivy League school. Mom couldn't buy me the popular shoes. Now I can get her a proper masseuse. I'm on a whole nother league. Money on level of a G. Super Saiyan. You are not who they believe. Thinking like you are my dear. I'm just saying. I'm a couple of beans trying to make peace in Korea. Got me a bitch like a Lisi. Freaky like. Oh my God.
Life-changing night.
Rocket Man, like it's Rotterdam. New it, dashboard hologram. Overpriced, like it's big ball of frame. Roll the dice, might get out of hand. Rocket Man drop 100 grand. Rocket Man got your man. Rocket Man fly to Japan. Rocket Man, he don't ever land. Rocket Man, Rocket Man, Rocket Man, Rocket Man, Rocket Man, Rocket Man, Rocket Man never out of gas. Rocket Man, another bag. Rocket Man too bad. Rocket Man way too fast. Rocket Man, Rocket Man, Rocket Man, Rocket Man, Rocket Man, Rocket Man, Rocket Man.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And that's the player introductions completed. So in just a few moments, we'll be back and ready for action. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Allie.
Well, Fred Van Vliet.
Allie, his toughness and IQ, a big factor for them. Thanks, Fred. And the starting group for the Celtics. Brown and Tatum are the explosive wing pair. Horford and Williams together in the front court. And it's White in at point guard. And for the Raptors, Van Vliet and Trent Jr. team up as the backcourt. The forward duo, the athletic pair of Barnes and Siakam. And it's Achua in at the 5. Well, we're at the time of the calendar when some teams go through a midseason lull. Grant, what has to be done to avoid that?
Well, first of all, you have to keep your composure. You cannot panic. And, of course, this is when a coach earns his keep. motivation becomes key. Keeping the players focused and making sure nobody starts coasting.
Impressive ball handling from Tatum. Attracts the other team's focus and then finds the open man.
Pass to Van Vliet. Back to Trent. Siakam, left side. Tatum with a steal. Brown with it, and it's Trent picking him up. And the jam by Brown.
Such a great athlete, an elite athlete. JB is at his best, in my opinion, when he is attacking the rim.
Now here's Trent in the game against Houston. Very impressive. Trent against Brown. And he banks in the layup.
Night in, night out. Brown just makes plays.
Pass to Achua. And just around a minute and a half into this first quarter. That's it. Coming off an assist from Barnes.
Give him a chance to pull off something special, and he will take it.
No team has had to make more sacrifices than Toronto during the pandemic.
You are right about that, B.A. I mean, they had to change their home base to Tampa. In essence, they spent an entire season on the road. It was tough for everyone, but the Raptors faced some big challenges.
And so it's Boston with it. The Raptors making their last shot. Williams. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up.
And you have to think that one advantage this Celtics team has is a deep roster. Lots of quality guys they can assemble different ways. They're pretty adaptable.
You know, a versatile bench really is a gift for the Celtics in tough situations.
And even a great starting five isn't perfect against every opponent. It's important to have flexibility, and that's something that Boston definitely has. And when you watch the way Trent Jr. can take over a game, just a gifted scorer who can explode once he gets going, he's impossible to slow down.
Now here's White. Right now contributing around 10.5 points a game. Down low. Van Vliet, the pass to Trent. Trent on the wing. 4-3. And it's Jason Tatum with a rebound. And with Trent Jr., he very much is a microwave scorer, Grant.
Oh, he heats up in an instant, B.A. A bit of a streaky shooter overall. I would like to see him round out his inside game to find new ways to score if his shot isn't there.
Well, you have to be impressed with the constant growth we're seeing from Jaylen Brown. He's put in a lot of work to become an all-star player.
Now here's Van Vliet. You know, his impact on offense has been terrific, scoring just around 20 points a game. Pass to Siakam. No good off the back of the rim. And at this point for Brown, you think he's realized his full potential, Richard?
No, I don't even think so, especially when you look at his work ethic. He puts in so much time that I think he can reach another level. He's still young and eager to learn. If I were to put it in 2K terms, I think he could get up to about a 94, 95 overall.
Here's Trent. After the basket by Boston. Knocks it loose. Brown with the steal. Pass break. Here come the Celtics. White for three. It's hauled in by the Raptors. This game following their win against the Rockets.
And it's just so hard to stop them when they're scoring at that level. They were efficient and didn't let up at all.
Coaches love that kind of showing offensively, especially on the road.
Brown can't hit. Toronto trailing. To the middle. Crafty move. Here's Siakam. And they're going to count that bucket. And they'll send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
A gritty play by Siakam. Absorbs the foul and still gets his shot to go.
We've got a line change here for Boston.
And guys, so many great players coming out of Canada. The Raptors have converted a nation, not just watching basketball, but to playing it as well.
Kept alive by Boston.
And unlike some other guys, missing a wide-open look won't hurt his confidence at all.
Oh, it misses. Had a chance to tie it.
Slow going for him this quarter. The defense putting up a good fight.
And Grant, you think back to those early Raptors jerseys with the big dinosaur. They admit it was aimed at the kids.
Yeah, of course. I mean, rather than win over the older hockey fans, they went after the younger generation. And now they're They're all grown up and packing the seats.
Here's Benton. Oh, that doesn't go on the chance to tie. 1:25 left in the opening quarter. Pritchard. Not going to go that time. And it's Toronto taking it the other way. Inside. Pass to Benton. Here's Hernan Gomez. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. Over the course of the last month, here are the NBA's best free throw shooting teams. Boston in second.
And looking at last month, this team really got it done from the charity stripe. Whenever you fouled them, they made sure to make you pay for that mistake.
Rebound by the Raptors.
Gotta applaud the defensive effort. It's not easy to stop him getting in the lane like that.
That one's good. This game is all even.
That's why you keep your head up. If the assist is there, you can pounce.
They swipe it. And now the Raptors on the break. And a nice finish on the layup.
Good fast-paced play there. It's much easier to find a shot when you beat the defense back.
Here's Brogdon. It's blocked. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Here's Siakam. And then Siakam with the jam.
Driving in, Siakam can be such a menace for the defense. Hard to get in the way of his physicality.
Here's Griffin. And again, another missed shot.
I love how they've attacked the boards here in the first quarter.
Here's Siakam. The second effort. Pass to Flynn. And a two-handed jam.
Slams it down with two hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. Three-pointer is up from Brogdon. Oh, drew the foul and almost hit the three-point bucket. But he'll head to the line for three.
You can tell Brogdon is a savvy shooter, getting it off and getting the foul call.
At the line, complete.
And he nails the third. It's stolen by Brogdon. The scoring is fast and furious as we end the first. Raptors out in front, up by 4. And the second quarter is on its way.
14. Fans, please give a big round of applause.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. You know, you take a look at the Raptors' performance here, guys. What are your thoughts?
You can really see the strategy coming in. Get the ball into the painted area.
And let me tell you, when you establish a physical edge, it gives you a mental edge, too.
Van Vliet and Trent Jr. team up as the backcourt. Barnes is out there with Chris Boucher. And it's Birch in at the center position. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, BA.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. Good. Tatum's gotten his second bucket of the game.
Look, this dude is well-built, man. He's a specimen. He's 6'8". Look, he's going to score inside if he gets that close.
White with the steal. Pass to Brown. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Not just falling in love with the 3-ball.
Van Vliet misses.
That's a decent look for him. He just couldn't convert. And for people who didn't know about Derek White before last year's, he played big on the biggest stage.
Trent, the pass to Birch. Back to Trent. Now here's Van Vliet. A minute and a half gone in the second quarter. To the paint. Here's Birch. And Birch slams it in.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is.
Using his athleticism on the boards, gotta put a body on Brown or this will happen.
Pass to Trent. Shot on the wing. No good. A bit long that time. It's amazing how much energy White brings to the floor, Grant.
You know, B.A., he has a passion for the game. He's tough, and he's very intelligent. He makes great decisions. He has all the tangibles you're looking for.
You want to know why they're winning? It's because of his play offensively.
Barnes with it. Guarded now by Williams. Boucher. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. Achua's checked in for Birch. And the Celtics also making a change. Williams is checked in. Grant, we always talk about great footwork for post players, but how about perimeter players?
You know, I'm glad you brought that up, B.A. Great perimeter players have elite footwork. The footwork helps to create the opportunity to score, whether that's shooting a three off the dribble or even in the post-up. Great, elite, fantastic, iconic guards who could do it all have superior footwork. Believe that.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, guys, Pascal Siakam's play had dipped for a while after he got the big bag. He said, it was like, you got the max contract, but are you the guy? That's something I really struggled with. But there's still another level that I can get to, and I see myself as an all-star, and there's a lot more to unleash. Brian?
Yeah, just now entering his prime, Allie. Thank you.
You see the confidence building in Brown offensively. First, it was taking over stretches. Now, it's taking over games.
Here's Achua. Achua with the dunk.
B.A., I'm not sure he should be flaunting around the rim like that with this game so close.
Oh, it's risky, but it sure did look good. Oh, wasted no time on that one. Tatum's got 9 points.
And they found a nice flow offensively here in the second period.
It's Barnes on the wing. Trent with it, now guarded by Brown. Barnes passes to Boucher. Tatum with a steal. Out of bounds. It'll be Toronto's ball. And over the last 10 games, these players have been gobbling up the most rebounds. Fifth, Jason Tatum.
Over these last 10 games, this guy has owned the boards, playing so well as of late.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Griffin, he's checked in for Williams. Hauser comes in for Horford. And Brogdon is subbed in for Tatum.
And when you look at Van Vliet on the floor, you would think he gets targeted on defense. But for a player his size, he more than holds his own.
And Van Vliet, a very solid defender at his position, Grant.
Not great length, but strong as any, B.A. I mean, he has great hands to bother the ball handler and great defensive IQ that makes the most of his athleticism.
Hernan Gomez is checked in for Toronto.
Keep riding that hot hand. He's been pretty much unstoppable.
To the middle. Pass to Van Vliet. Down low. And he makes it on the layup. 6 points for him.
Okay, when you let someone with this height get this close, it's going to be nearly impossible to stop, especially when he has that big of an advantage in this category.
White, the pass to Brogdon. Back to White. Basket is good on the assist from Brogdon. And the Celtics lead by 5. There's 1:12 left in the half. Oh, deflected.
Celtics foul.
And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Celtics. That free throw no good.
And the Boston Celtics are one of the most decorated teams in all of sports. Think about all the rings they've won, as well as the talent that they've had on their roster.
And the Raptors making a change here. Banton's checked in. The kick out to White. There's 57 seconds left in the second period.
And imagine how good they'll look if he can start to chip in a bit more offensively.
Pass to Achua. Ooh, Griffin with the steal. Outside, Brown. Fires the three. And again, Boston with the triple.
Once a weakness in Brown's arsenal, now he's a legitimate threat to burn you from deep.
Here's Flynn. He's guarded by White. Over to the left wing. Here's Benton. He shoots it. The shot, no good. And they're on the break. Brogdon from outside. He drains out one after 2 misses. Now 1 for 3.
Yeah, an underrated passer. Griffin wants to involve his teammates as much as he can. Drills it from deep. And just totally relentless. Only increasing the intensity level.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
Here's Achua. Oh, and he hits it at the... All right, Allie, thanks for that. We will see everyone right back after this break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
47.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on a tremendous game we're seeing from Jaylen Brown. He had 21 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 steal. Coming off. And that wraps up.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. Jaylen Brown having a dominant impact in this game.
And he was a beast on the offensive glass in that first half. How can they slow him down?
The way to limit those offensive boards, it's just effort, guys. Whoever is guarding him has to get to position and beat him to the spot.
On the floor for Boston, Tatum and Horford at the forward slots. Derek White out there with Jaylen Brown. And it's Williams in at the 5. The open shot, Barnes. And a great assist by Van Vliet as that one goes.
And clearly he needs no time to warm up.
White finds Tatum. And he drains it. A solid 5 for 6.
No. What muscle on that finish? It's hard.
You keep saying it's different. And you, okay, so you've been practicing on the different. You got the upper hand. Yeah, if you've been practicing on, playing on that shit, you got the upper hand. I'm scared. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna let you know when I fucking feel like I'm better now. I'm gonna give you a chance. Cause it ain't gonna take no fucking 2 or 3 games.
What? It take you that long to adjust to something like that?
Come on, man. You 20, 25 plus games in.
It ain't that different, though. It's literally.
All right, so if it ain't that different, what's the problem? Right, so different in any kind of way. This is the modern day. Last time I checked, we were running the globe. I'm about to go figure out 2 not 2 times. At the door. Only way I can do this is play the fucking game how you play that bitch. And you ready. See what I'm saying? You ready. You can't even the way that we spinning, going tabs on the kid. She wanna pop a G6. Till 6. I make a movie. I'm going Michael Bay, Huncho the Sensei. The way that I'm moving, we going motorcade, move the tactical way. I need the this way. Somebody this way. She get the that way. You don't got the answers like sway. I'm coolin'. I'm in the coupe with the top and I'm waving the wave. Switch and go dually. With a play with a mind and a. Oh, it's a hard climb. It look like Chattahoochee. We not the Fugees. Bring me back to 8. Try to 3 students. Nothing. Nothing. Yeah, word around town. Heard you get around. Get the move around. He need from the town. Take off. Where the came from? When she see the dime, the rubber can't real like a plum. The street like the sun. I got her right with it. The passion to see how she got it. Look at the charm. Rainbow Daytona, I like a charm to arm. That bitch born. Oh, that's your man, come get her, can't help it, she gone.
Count up a bad, but no, it ain't torn. If it ain't my money, I think it's annoying. Hop in the boat with no key and I storm. BB the belt and I BB the arm. Hop on the PJ, go visit the farm. Ain't no one out there, whatever you want. Put that little boy, come on the ground. I know some y'all rich up. Some apple on phone. So that you don't, I get fly like a drone. She won't leave me alone. Kept with a bone, the water the chrome. They say that the op, but loving the song. When they come around and then go and put everything we got on. If I got a plate, you know that he ate. 2 plus 1 thing I can't do is say. They love what you doing, just show me yourself. I know we the ones that open the gate.
You got no time to run up like you see. That's what I said. You just want to run it up right quick. This time,
word around town. Heard you get around.
When you started me and you, both of us. I don't practice. I don't fucking see it. Yo, I might have played one game against Kerry.
My prices, they lower than serious.
That's it.
Beat it up by the gear.
He going up there. He going to call it through that shit. I'm playing mad. 17 hot trying to plot on the block. They had to go and get a mat. I was on the block, I ain't know about a yacht. Out of my watch. Fell in love when I beat him in dope. We beat him in clothes. We beat him in love. I might have to adjust, just like we had to adjust. Didn't take us through fucking 1 game, 2 games.
My rolling got spitters, you taste the rainbow. Keep down the dope.
Not for you either.
Put the load on the knob and you go. Bad, but got nothing to give. I'm a dad in this industry. I got some keys. She wanna fuck me, I know I can see it.
So if you saying you still, after 20-something games, you don't know how to hit no fucking free, you still don't know how to hit no free. Fuck that mean. You lying to me.
I can't streak with the bitches. That's what I'm saying. If you can streak with a player, I give you a problem. I mean, you know how to shoot that player.
Yeah, word around town. Heard you get around.
Get around. Now you know how to make them
from the town.
I'm whooping your ass for Brennan, DC, nigga. Yeah, so I'm trying to show you it wasn't the bitches in the account. Yeah, that's what I'm just trying to. But and then. Get your team, bro. You got a couple of them like they should only got the sun. You need to catch up. Turn that shit off, man. No. I thought them niggas was gonna go and watch. Oh, you gotta cut it off.